Back in the saddle again. Back where an Indian's your friend. Where the plain grass is green and you can be into the scene. Back in the saddle again. We've had an eventful morning, ladies and gentlemen, in the game cave. Or our whole house has turned into a game cave. There's gaming computers in every room. Right now, I'm in the the primary game cave, which is got, what is it? 1, 2. Hey, Chief, you ready for some Roblox? All right.
Daddy,
Yeah. What? What's wrong?
give me the potty.
Hold on. She wants something. What?
I want the potty.
Oh, the potty is right. Okay, I'll bring it. Ta-da. All you need is good old potty. So, I'm going to give her some privacy here.
I want to put it in the bedroom.
You want to put it in the bedroom? Good. Come on, come on. You want to put the potty in the bedroom? You're almost big enough to get on the real potty. All right, so I'm back. I better lock this and let her knock. Yeah, she this is a thing, and this is about parenting. You know, like parents might look at their handwriting and know that they were watching cartoons and eating candy and their teeth fell out and they don't know how to write. And then they have their own kids and they're like, I'm not going to let my child do that. And so they're like, I better not catch you watching those cartoons or I'll kick your ass. You better be doing your schoolwork. And what happens is the kids then, they associate the parent with anything that's not fun. Right? They try to get away from their parent. Right? You want to do that to your kid. If your kid got into a cartoon because you were not there to guide them on a daily basis, like, and this is just an opinion, and it's not the only way to do things. You can use spankings and stuff like that and fear or whatever and get good results parenting. You can. But I take the position, a lot of people that have become very wealthy and rich that I've known, this is my personal experience, I know a bunch of millionaires. I'm not a millionaire, but I'm the kind of person that millionaires, I don't know, they trust me and they want to hang out with me and stuff like that. I know quite a few very wealthy people, and I don't ask them for money. If I was really, I could do that too. If I really wanted to focus on that, I think it's a doable thing. But do you really want it? But anyway, this thing happened. I was working at an elementary school, and my wife decided that she wanted to work as well from home. Our agreement was that when we had children, that one person, that we would set up our life in such a way that one of us would be a full-time parent, that we would not put our children in public institutions and stuff like that, but we would raise our children according to our value system, right? But in her culture, yeah, it's more about spankings, right? The Philippines or whatever, it's like a housewife, will stay at home, probably have a lot of children, right? And so it's a functional way. The kids are supposed to be doing their schoolwork, and if you find out that, and you're the housewife and you're doing the housework or whatever, resting when you have a chance, right? And if the kids haven't done their work, then you're supposed to spank them. That's your duty, right? And yeah, I understand that. My mother was brought up in that way too, in the countryside, and that way, it can work. But if it's not necessary, let's not do that, right? Make it a positive experience. But in any event, her idea, only having one child, of course, she didn't have an idea that she was supposed to be the idea that I had, which was the stay-at-home parent should full-time teach the child, right? Be involved with the child full-time. So what happened is that 1 year when she started her work-from-home job, the baby was on watching YouTube Kids for like a year. I could watch her I had a camera on where she was. And she was either upstairs watching YouTube Kids or downstairs watching YouTube Kids. I was upset, but it doesn't do any good. It's a situation, you gotta get out of it. So right now, well, what happened is, I would come home and she'd like, Daddy, I want a Minecraft. Daddy, I want a Minecraft. I want Roblox. It was good. Okay, well, you got to learn the mouse, and you got left and right. This is a left mouse click and a right mouse click, and this is a drag, right? To have Roblox, you have to know that, right? So, I sat down with her. My wife was furious. She's like, "You introduced her to video games." It's like, dear, I'm sorry if you feel that I'm doing something bad, but it was not my intention that she would be at home watching streamers and not have you by her side full time doing something with her. And at this stage, I think that you should get on the video games yourself so you can engage her as a young learner. Today was a really great day, and I like to provide this as I've been an educator for half a century, just about, because I've been staying at home. Anybody that watched my stream knows I've been staying at home full time with the baby. I'm only not doing stuff with her when she wants some space. When she goes, okay, Dad, you go over here and leave me alone. And I'm gonna have my space. That's the only time I'm not with her. So, yeah, I was very concerned too that she's not doing traditional writing, tracing the letters and stuff like that. So what I did, I got these big easels, right? A big event company had all these, hundreds of easels, because they were like they would have to set up concerts and stuff. You know how they have those easels and they clamp the go over here board here, and this is where such and such is or whatever. So this guy was like throwing them away because he's losing his business because of Donald Trump's pandemic shut down all the events, and he had a huge concert event business, and Donald Trump screwed up the whole country. But don't take my word for it. Go Google Trump asked why we don't let the virus flow over the country. He did it. He asked repeatedly, why don't we just let it, just play it down and just let it run its course. Yeah. So revealing. He's like, yeah, all these people, they're nothing but trouble. Get rid of some of them and get rid of a bunch of them. Even. It'll be better. You know, the people, you know, need to be paid higher wages and stuff like that. But so back to this thing I set up with these easels and all these boards, and man, I just gave her markers and she as many sheets of paper as she wants, and man, she just fills them up. These boards are like, you know, those classroom pull-off sheet things, you know, like when you have a group activity and all the kids work in groups on a big sheet, and then there's adhesive on the back. You peel it off and they stick it on the wall around the room, and then they all evaluate it or whatever like that. But people use these for different purposes. But I got in a bunch of them from this guy. You could literally build a wall in her computer cave upstairs with these paper boards, and she just drew and drew and drew. I'm like, I'm not going to grab her by the hair and sit her down in front of a lesson book and draw ABC. I want her to enjoy it, right? The joys of writing, right? So I'm coming to the point. I let her play Roblox as much as she wants. These streamers, she watches. There's these two little girls, Devil Girl, Angel Girl, I don't know what they are. Moody, I think. She loves them, and they do this for hours. I was like, it's so bad for a child to be on a computer all day long. Well, why? Okay, your job every single day, you're on the computer from morning until night. Okay, you want to tell your daughter she can't do that? You're going to be estranged from your child, right? It seems really unfair. Right? Also, she expected me. I didn't want to go back into a public school system. It's a war zone. It's a mess. A lot of stuff is not being done right, and it's no accident. Georgia's number 30 in the nation in math and science right now, and I have very little to say in the system of how things should be done, because I'm just a maggot teacher that actually does the work. With my neck on the chopping block in case my numbers are not good. I have to slip my teaching techniques in under the carpet. And I quit at this last place. I left the school because they hired a new teacher who was like coming in and heard that, almost all the teachers in the school quit. More than once. They can't handle it. It's a very difficult situation. You need some practice. You need some expertise. You need to know some things about wisdom and people and the human mind and be compassionate and understanding and have mercy. If you're a ruthless person just trying to get your car payment, you need to get out of those schools, right? This teacher comes in. I've been up in there for 3 years. I've seen armies of teachers come and go. Just like this, I'm leaving this state, right? This whole place it's a mess. It's institutional racism and, kill the poor. That's the perversity of oligarchy. That's what it is. But, yeah, it's true. But she comes in. She said, well, why is he doing that? Who would do that? Well, maybe that's the Georgia Department of Education. Maybe it's law. I don't want to, get up in her face and say, you're vile, you're against him doing thus and so. Man, that's the Georgia DOE said he had to do that. That's why he's doing it. I said, maybe that's why. She said, all you do is talk nonsense and make excuses. I'm not trying to make excuses. I'm just making a statement of fact. But I have attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. I have a lot to say. And, I'll get around to it. You can go back over and study it. You'll find that there's cohesion. But what I want to say is that I was in a situation where my daughter was not in the mood to be doing some little A, B, C, copy down the A letter, copy down the B letter. She wanted to be on that Roblox or Mech Arena, right? hardcore. I'm not going to fight her on that. I'm like, here, you want to eat chocolate ice cream? Here's a whole box. Eat all you want. Here's all the Roblox you want. Just let her go. She's hooked into this thing. She's been watching on TV for a year. She sees all the people around her. The kids are all doing this. She wants to understand it. She wants to go out and explore it. So here, go all you want. Now I found, you give a child, you want some chocolate ice cream? Here's a whole box. Oh, she's calling me. Okay, I'm coming. So, a couple things happen. Also, is it parent control? Turn off chat on Roblox. I'm like, if your kid is addicted to Roblox, you need to be on Roblox. This is what you need to do. If your kid has really gotten into that, there's reasons behind it, right? That's a business, right? They're trying to have a successful business. They want your child's attention, and they beat you, hands down, as a parent. It's at a level that you want to fight that. You need to face the fact as a parent that you were not there when your kid got into this internet world. And then when you found out, you want to fight with your kid over it? Your kid is like looking at you. It's like, are you crazy? Everybody does this. What is wrong with my parents? Right? That's what you're dealing with. You need to be aware of that. Right? So I let her. I'm like, but I stayed here. My wife was like, well, I want more money. I want to work this work from home job. Well, now, it turns out that they want her in the office more and more and more and more and more, probably because, she's on the sly. She's watching YouTube videos, because I can see from the phone and stuff like that my wife watches a lot of YouTube videos during the day. It seems like a lot of YouTube videos are playing somehow across our internet and stuff like that. And all in Filipino and stuff like that. So that, it may be and she does need to relax. She's too uptight. But she's gotten into that thing, and she wants her space and time to do that. And this is, those people that make those YouTube videos want her attention, right? And they have got her attention, right? The child's attention has been caught by Roblox. So as a parent, if you want to leverage and accelerate your child's learning, you need to get your behind on Roblox and get into it, right? Okay, and I'm a little bit. I'm trying, but I worked as a game developer for many years and didn't play games very much. Worked on creating games and supporting people that created games. So, but this morning, because she is, I don't turn your kid's chat off. The kid is seeing that everybody's talking. Right? All that text is going by. She's like, I don't understand what that is because I can't read. Right? But then she'll see words and she's like, oh, it's real. They're really talking. Right? and I don't understand it, right? So what's been happening is she's like, Daddy, how do you spell win? I win. W-I-N, and how do you spell level? L-E-V-E-L, right? And so she's really, I need to be able to type in the chat. She's looking on the keyboard. Where are all the letters? Very good acceleration. And I've sat down by her side, and these little kids get in there and they're like, well, if I can type in chat, let me write some bad words. And my daughter already, she's like, oh, he's evil. I was like, yeah, he looks kind of evil. Look at his avatar and look at that bad word he wrote, that F word. Don't ever write that. Right. I'll tell her it, but she knows it's bad. And you can see by the online behavior, but as a parent, you should be there with your child. It's just like the story of the big bad wolf. And I was concerned. My wife was like, we're going to be very simple. The wheels on the bus go round and around. And I was like, yeah, she's going to learn the wheels on the bus go round and round. She needs to learn the big bad wolf. I'm huffing, and this was a thing. And somebody will say, that's so terrible. You showed your child Green Jelly, right? Did a contemporary. These guys don't realize it, but they really understood the importance of the story of the big bad wolf, the three little pigs and the big bad wolf, not so much from this conservative liberal ideology, like, oh, the liberals are like, they're just they just don't do what they need to do, and so they're gonna die, all of them. That's some ideological stuff. The thing is there's wolves out there and they eat you. Right? And so I showed my daughter the Green Jelly, and at first she's like, I can't watch it. I got to just run. I was like, you don't have to watch it. You don't have to watch it. Little pig, let me in. Not by the hair on my chin. And I'm huffing. And he's got this big ganja, a leather jacket and everything, And in the end, if you haven't seen it, you should see it. In the end, the third little pig, he went off to college, built his house with his architect knowledge. Yeah. That's much more contemporary and valuable, right? So, tri-level mansion, all the frills, daddy's rock stardom paid for the bills. And so when the big bad wolf comes and he keeps banging on the door and huffing and puffing and huffing and puffing, the third little pig is like, well, we just dialed 911. Can you send Rambo? Right? And Rambo, and that's really true, because a lot of cops, and this is scary, but a lot of cops, they're like Iraq, Afghanistan, combat infantry, Rangers, Army Rangers and stuff like that. They are Rambo. And they should not be called unless it's really the big bad wolf, because they're going to kill somebody. A lot of times they will. That's how they think, unfortunately. But my wife didn't like me to show it. But to me, that is the functional value, teaching a child. And now, it's like when we're getting out of the car, it's like, well, you got to look first and make sure the big bad wolf is not out there. She knows it's an analogy, that they're bad people that will eat you, grab you, eat you up. Right? She understands that. When the doorbell rings, wait, we got to go in the window and look and make sure who it is. Don't want to let in the big bad wolf. He'll eat us all up. Right. But I have attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. I know it's called a disorder, but I know what I'm talking about, which is like, I let her do all these things, and then today she wanted to sit down and trace her ABC letters. She wanted to do it. Because I let her draw just for the pure joy of drawing whatever she wanted to draw, as much as she wanted to. Right? And I let her do the things that were bringing her happiness and joy as much as she wanted to. And she realized the wisdom of knowing how to write. She understands now that, when I want to draw something, my hand goes crooked. I can't, and I don't say, look, you kids can't do nothing. you're too small. I'm like, you can do it. You're just not big enough yet. You need to make the connection with it. You need to. That's why you need to eat. I don't scream and yell at her that she needs to eat some stuff that mom made. Maybe she doesn't like that. I'm like, you want cake? Look, here's a whole giant piece of cake. And when I do that, she's like, okay, it's not like I don't have to panic like I'm never going to have cake again. He's going to give me as much as cake as I want. But I tell her, you're not going to feel very good if you eat very much of that. Go ahead and try it. And so, I'll never lie to you. Don't lie to children. That's the worst thing you can do. You're teaching them to lie. Right? But I tell her, about when mom's talking, really having a fit over her brushing her teeth. I'm like, well, mommy ate too much chocolate cake and all of her teeth fell out by the time she was 28. She didn't brush her teeth, and that's please don't be mad at mommy, right? Because mommy's like, my child is gonna brush her teeth. Why? Because she wouldn't listen to her parents. She wouldn't brush her teeth, right? All her teeth fell out by the time she was 28 or something. Like, she's got all these dentures in her mouth, and so she's not my child. I'm not gonna. And I'm like, it's a lot to ask that your child is not exactly like you, right? Maybe just give her all the cake that she wants. And I have found this. I'm not trying to say I'm smarter or that I'm better or I have a better idea or something. I'm just saying, trying to find something that works that I can do. I was whipped and stuff too much, and I'm not capable of that kind of discipline, right? So I have to do something different. So I try to do something that works. And today she got her Write and Wipe book, and I got my Write and Wipe book. We sat there for almost an hour. I went and I traced all the letters out just like little kids are supposed to do, right? Why should I ask her to do it if I wouldn't do it? Right? And the whole time I talked to her, I was like, my handwriting, and I've told you before, my handwriting is bad because I didn't do this as much as I should because I changed schools a lot and the levels were different for the different schools I went to. So I just had a real patchy as far as writing. And I didn't realize it, but my mother wrote so much, she didn't have time to really sit down with me about writing a little bit. She was writing so much stuff secretly. She was writing these diaries. I didn't know until she died how much she had written, or near the time that she died, I started to find out about it. But today, my child, of her own volition, opened the Write and Wipe book and filled out many, many letters. And then she was like, well, I'll tell you the truth. I was working on the letters, and then she stopped and got on the numbers. And I have a Write and Wipe numbers skills book too. If you watch my book stream, you would have seen that. And she got on there and did all the numbers because she's a gamer. She's like, how many coins do I need to get the Juggernaut upgrade? Right? How many coins do I need to get a Juggernaut upgrade? She can say that. She knows what it means. She's 4 years old. Can your 4-year-old spell Juggernaut? You know what Juggernaut is? Right? I'll tell you, it's from Hinduism, right? Lord Jagannath, right? It's really a separation. I'm pretty sure it's a celebration of the incarnation, a certain incarnation of Vishnu. He's a preserver of the universe. He's like Jesus in Hinduism. He manifests to save the world. And in the celebration of his festival, Lord Jagannath, they make a great temple tower, and it's this huge. It's like a big mech. It's like a tank thing. Look it up. Lord Jagannath Festival, but that thing is so huge and so many devotees come out there to worship as they would get crushed under the wheels of the giant Juggernaut. Juggernaut is an English mispronunciation of Jagannath from Hinduism, from Hindi. I guess that's Sanskrit. It's the name of a god. Lord God Jagannath. Yeah. All right. So, yeah, my baby filled out her work this morning of her own volition, and then she had these stick-on Beauty Queen. It's like a big giant book of princess faces, all these beauty queen girls, and you go and get on the page of the lips page and pick your own lips, and you pick your own eyes, and she did that. She made 5 women beautiful. I mean, the eyebrows were crooked and stuff, but yeah, she did a pretty good job. A little bit of wrinkles here and there, but I should put the pictures on my page. But let's go see if I can remember how to play this game. All right. Prepare to battle. Oh. All right. Okay, this one guy wants me to control point clash. Who is he? The Econ. He's let me go to his hangar. Cannot access. You're scaring me. I hope I'm on your team. Suffocating. Oh, Suffocating jumped in here and said, man, these guys. Well, you should stay with us because we're on your team. Oh, you're afraid. One thing you get up in here and it's like somebody has invited you to a match and they get 4 people in here and they convert the mode to 2 versus 2 deathmatch. Man, you ain't got enough people in here. I got to go. Yeah. And I needed to do these deathmatch tickets. Burn up these tickets. But yeah, my case is like, how do you get your kid to do what they ought to do? It's not easy. You need to navigate.
3, 2, 1, go. Get out of my way. Infinite fire.
There you go.
Noob identified fire.
What does this guy got? See, that's scary. Is that a dang thingamajigger? Zephyr. I'm seeing more and more of those, man. I don't even want to be. If I don't have one of those, I don't even want to be in here. With that damn taser. Don't tase me, bro. Oh, okay, that's some kind of missile rifle. Oh. Come on, dear. Look. If we got, I don't know. Go ahead. You sure you want to do that? All right, you can. All right. Man. Well, it's your butt, it's your neck, and you can do what you want. This guy is like right on me. I don't like it. Good. Thank you. That was probably a dang kill shot too. I did not even want to go over there. Hell. Oh yeah. I've been on this level some, but not really.
Humiliation. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. Oh. Can I can't remember how to play this level. Maybe I should have had a kill shot. How much shelters are there? Yeah, there's a lot of. How do you tell if it's a shelter? You gotta go and learn. Man, I can make these things. It's like you gotta have a quick sense of. Shoot him if you're gonna get in my way. Thank you for. Good. Thank you. Beat these guys back. Oh, now that's a mess. I don't want that. Got slow-mo. Okay. There. Good. come on. You know you want to come over here. Doesn't it annoy you that I stand right here? Yeah, okay. And this is the thing. I don't want them to materialize right there. Yeah. Oh, and see. Get my behind way the hell away.
Incoming fire.
Oh. Ouch.
Incoming
Don't
fire.
tase me, bro. I know what you're trying to do with that thing. Missile launch stuff. I'm standing on this concrete umbrella.
2, 1.
What are you guys doing, man? Sorry about this. Isamu. Dyson? Okay, I'll try my best. Balloon popper, like that. These are people. Captain Pugwash, I know. St. Margot's, I know, but these others, I don't know. She's watching those two girls. It's like a little. They have 2D avatars, and I forget what the software is, but you can get it. It's like, and all they do is they do these little devil. There's a devil girl and an angel girl, and there's a little emoji. All these little emotions that you can express or whatever with your avatar. They're on Roblox, going through all the obstacle courses, and that's where she is right now. She's
3,
chilling with her
2,
hobbies.
1, go. Let's get things started.
Because she dang well did 3 hours worth of work, artwork. We got 6 posters on the wall. She did 5. She did 5 of them. She made me do 1. La 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 la.
First blood. Well done.
Yeah, where are these guys? Okay, here comes Fire. La 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 la. Yeah, this is sort of better. How's this going? There's people that play these things like the whole deal is to, get up in people's face and crash into them over and over again. To me, I'm like, isn't it supposed to be the last thing you do? Because you're ultimately vulnerable whenever you do that crash thing. It's your point of greatest vulnerability.
Fire. Killing spree. Well done.
Singing in the rain. La 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 la. Man, you throwing these dang grenades. Those grenades, when they pop like right next to you, man, it's full damage.
2,
They'll
1.
fall off. Sucks. Okay, maybe I'm doing better with this. Okay, so I'll stick with this on this level. Because they stick their behinds out there, that's sure enough. They do. Let me just do this over and over again until somebody figures out, man, he's doing that all the time. Pissing me off. I'm always respect that. I'm like, you noticed, there's a guy who's over here doing this, and he's like,
Well done.
wiping us out. Ouch. Okay, now I'm one.
Fire.
Shoot all you got. Good. How come I'm not close enough? Oh, there he is.
Noob identified.
Ouch. Need a haircut? Oh! Screwed that one up. 3,
2, 1. You have won the match.
Okay, guys, anybody who watches the stream, I'm going to do exactly the same thing, right? So, I would be really honored if you would notice me and try to do something about it. Because, man, I haven't been looking. I should have been flanked by you guys, because I have not been looking at the map. You know, if you came around behind me, man, somebody, you know, like somebody could have shot up the other side on a kill shot for the benefit of their whole team, right? Zip, 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 and then got over there behind me and just bam, hit me from behind, because yeah, I would not have noticed, because I'm screwing up. I am. I'm in my little nest and stuff. You should notice that. And if you know, and I'll do this sometimes, it's like if I turn around and there's a kill shot, like the enemy kill shot, like right behind me, I'm like, okay, here, kill me, because I deserve to die for being. I'm not, yeah. And you know, there should always be an element of this tying into real philosophy. You know, one day you could be in a combat situation, right? And other people's lives may depend on how you act as an individual in combat. It's not about manliness. No. It's about these people are going to be able to ever see their children again. And who's responsible. Yeah. So, oh, he's just, he won't come out of you. Oh. Now I'm not screwed up. Not paying attention. Well, maybe not. Oh, yeah. Good.
Identified.
Make the most of a bad situation. Yeah, got it. Yeah, that's what Am I hitting somebody? Well, I guess I am. 5-1. What?
Incoming fire.
You really want to stand up there? Come on, Hollywood. Man, I can't even shoot. There's a lot to be said for the whole error correction thing. And paying attention to your sight.
Incoming fire. 3, 2, 1.
Oh my goodness, yeah, I'm not paying attention. Lucky, you know? Okay. I just ran in front of somebody opening fire. And he had 3, which means he could have hit me twice. And I would have blocked his rockets. Oh, look at him. All these guys. Look at them. Couple of them. I'm looking at the map, looking at the map, looking at the map. Oh, I lost lasagna love. I lost my love. Well, she did. Oh, okay. Okay. I need to get over here. We found each other. I kind of got a thing for her. I don't know why. Is that whatchamajig? Sexism to think because somebody's name is Love that they must be a girl. Lasagna Love. Oh, help. There's not as much cover over here. I guess I need to learn that. Yeah.
Incoming fire.
Wow, pegged him.
3, 2, 1. You have won the match.
Slam on that one. Almost got nuclear. System crash, robot. Man, I don't need that. Please like and subscribe. I'm trying to be a good example, so if you like and subscribe, and I get a lot of subscribers, my daughter will have a role model. But, you know, I'm just like a dude. I actually have not been a gamer. Most of my life I had a complex about it. Because I was working in an office and the guys were like not doing any work. They just play Quake all the time. And I was like, this is bad. And one of my best guys got addicted to EverQuest, and I thought he was going to go postal, go down to the phone company and shoot people because they were messing up her phone internet connection. We had the first DSL modem, trying to double charge us for it. And I wouldn't pay it. And I was like, I don't care if they cut it off. They're going to have to pay it because, you know, it's clearly a mistake. Oh, we'll fix it. And then every month they would send the double bill out again.
1.
No, I'm only paying that bill once.
Get out of my way.
And the guys, a guy was working for me, but I also had him as a roommate because he was such a great guy. But man, he was addicted to that EverQuest. They called it EverSmack. They cut off our dang thing trying to charge us twice for a DSL modem. $300. Good.
Noob identified.
Oh, it's a flame. Okay, this looks like that good.
Fire.
Sweetie, thank you. Turn and run.
Incoming fire.
I cannot make it with these juggernauts. We got a bunch of juggernauts over here, and I think that they did notice that I'm over there pegging the shit out of them.
Incoming fire.
Oh.
Humiliation.
There we go. Now I got a little
Ghost.
spot here, somewhat.
Well done.
Quiet before the
2,
storm.
1.
Okay, I'm gonna go here. He would not dare go over there again, just to see if they would think that I would not do it again, because I would.
Incoming fire.
Oh, you guys got torched. Yeah. Yeah, I guess these rockets, you know, they have like no fall off. And I do not need to stay there to see if it hit it for the thrill of the special effects. I need to get my out of the way.
Noob identified.
Oh boy. Hey! Oh, hell! Now you getting over here in my nest and stuff. I don't like that.
3, 2, 1. You have won the match.
Well, at least I made it on the board. Oh, that's beautiful! Can you play the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do now? It sounded so good. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Yeah. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Yeah. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Good. The white keys. There's groupings of 2 black keys. So the C is right behind the grouping of 2 black keys. The black keys of the pentatonic scale. Right, the C is right behind. Anytime you see a grouping of 2 black keys, that's a C. Right below the first of the 2. So you hit the white keys C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Ro, 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 your boat. Yeah, just like that. All right.
3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, the relative
Let's
minor
get things started.
of the key of C is A minor. So she has a big thing for flamenco music. If you play in flamenco in A minor, then the white keys are just right. You can't hit a wrong note. So you improvise with that. Yeah, kids love it. Everybody should have basic music skill. You want to play some Roblox? Okay. Oh, Daddy's gonna get blasted. Help! Oh, no! I'm gonna help! Oh. Man. Oh. See, I respect that too. I totally had that coming. I should have run when I felt that there was an onslaught coming. I should have. But that's good job, guys. So you just stand there wishing that I was still
Identified.
a kill shot all you want. But I'm not a kill shot anymore. I'm an Ares with a long arm at an extreme distance from you. I don't even think your grenade launcher is going to reach over here. Screwed up. Got to make it up to my buddies. I cannot believe that guy stood there for that long. It's like, bam, I got hit. What? Stand here? Move. All right, honey bunny, come on. You gotta come sooner or later. Good. Stand right there. That's good. Good for you. Thank you very much. Oh, it's my fault. Sorry, guys. I'll try and make it up to you. This time I gotta remember to run like hell when they all start coming. Come on and just stay there until... Good job, Dr. Worm. It's my honor.
Incoming fire.
That was stupid. really, I think this is the thing too. My guys, I don't know how to unlink, but on my other kill shot, the left and right are linked, and I need to not be doing that.
Incoming fire.
It's always great when, yeah. Yeah, much better. A lot of these things, they can hit them once because they're like right in the middle of it. And one of those is enough. Right, so if they're unlinked, that's better. But I don't know how to link them and unlink them. I don't know why these are unlinked. I must have hit something accidentally that caused that. Okay, good. Singing in the fiery rain of death.
3,
Fiery
2,
rain of death.
1.
Help! See, I would have been in trouble then too, man. I was just like, I tried to learn. I was like, you know, when they're that little thing I'm hiding behind, if they're coming on both sides of it, it's not wide enough to keep me from getting it. If they come from one side, I can avoid the shells, but if they come from both sides, it's death. So I gotta run. But you saw what I did. I ran. And I wasn't far back enough. Maybe I should have had a better angle going back. Because I was like, I landed right in the front of an arachnos. Right, you could drop that little submachine gun robot on the ground. That would be like bad. I guess I should have kill shotted him. But I had just fired my dang kill shot acceleration mojo. And it's not been working. Guess it was good that was over.
Three, two,
All right.
1, go.
Everybody watching my stream knows I'm doing the same thing over and over again. Think about. I would be interested to see somebody like adapt to this. Okay, yeah, these guys. What are? I'm not getting range on these guys yet. Yeah, good job, man. So, why are you just... What are you doing? Having a cigarette break? Oh. Oh, he was targeting somebody. Goodbye, Overlander. I'm rubbing my eyeball, right? In the middle of combat? Man, that's risky. Yeah. Just true whine. You're really going to be whining in a minute when I come over again. Because you're doomed. You're doomed. Oh, that's still... What has she got? And why do I think Vino Veritas, a true wine, is a woman? Is that sexism? Chauvinism? Maybe I just like, meeting girls.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, so my thing is, like right now, I got a little bit of adaptation. If somebody, that guy's doing the same thing over and over again, and they start to try to do something different, I'm like, wow, that's really cool. Now I need to think about what am I gonna do when they start figuring out what I'm doing. Start noticing. I should not have stayed up there and watched that. I was just curious, though. Speaking of...
Identified.
Friends for so long in my little state car. Life's just a copyright violation on the street.
Killing spree.
Wow, that was good.
Well done, Ghost. Well done.
Do not need to wait. Let's see how much damage is. Just need to... Oh!
Fire.
I gotta get out of here.
Critical
We gotta
damage.
get out of this place. If it's the last thing we ever do. We gotta get out of this place. Girl, there's a better life. Vino Veritas,
Humiliation.
baby.
Well done.
You're truly whining. Yeah, come here. Oh my god. I need that heal. Oh!
Fire.
She's
3,
mad.
2, 1.
It's okay. I deserved it. I was not paying attention. I was looking at the heal mag. Oh, please. Come here.
Incoming fire.
Oh, let me put on a shield. I don't know. Roll against that.
Incoming fire.
Oh, no. You're annoying. You're in my nest. Good. I don't want a kill shot way back here. Or, speaking of,
3,
kill
2,
shot.
1.
Overtime. Draw. Were we already in overtime? I guess so. I'm doing the same thing. Anybody watch my stream knows. It's interesting to me because it's like, wow, that was working pretty good. What do I do when somebody gets on to me? Guys over there every time. I don't like this position. Really don't like to be here. No. Yeah, that's one thing they can do is like not go over here. Oh. Locked on. I mean, oh no. Oh, and you're back here? How? What is this guy even? Hold on. Come on.
Identified. Critical damage.
Ah, good job. So yeah, I totally respect that. Wow. Somebody, that guy's like, he got a fast mag. He's like, that guy goes over there every time. He got a fast mag and he ran back over and got back behind me. And when I tried to get away, right?
Well done.
When I tried to get away, there was somebody waiting for me. Right? Good. So that's a scenario now. It's like, okay, well, maybe you could do this, and then you, what might happen next?
2, 1.
Oh,
You have won the match.
MVP. How did that happen? No assists. Wow. That's odd. Okay. So yeah, here's a scenario. I go over there. Somebody gets on it. Okay, this guy, somebody in that team was like, that guy goes over there every time he does it. Every time, right? This time, I'm gonna run up behind his butt, and I'm gonna, yeah, the guy got undercover behind where I would try to run away. Because if I get away, right, I can go up on the other side and start taking out people on the other side, right? It's serious.
3, 2, 1. Go.
So,
Let's get things
yeah.
started.
I need to I need to have a sober retreat, you know. There's elements too of like how far.
Incoming fire.
Thank you.
Tomb identified.
Bad. Not paying attention. That would have killed me if this was real. Shoot your dang rocket right into a concrete wall. Kind of look at the map. Bad.
Three, two, one.
I'm glad that I don't, not, you know, the thing is like if I come into a deathmatch here and there's somebody on a Zephyr with, you know, 45% range increase implant, right? And that taser thing locks onto you. That what is it that they have? Those things, arc torrents. It's like I need to have that. You know, I'm up against that. I need to have that. I know what's going on. Okay, good. Thank you, cool dude. I appreciate you. Oh, this is bad. Come on, how am I not getting a lock? 2, 3.
Incoming fire. Incoming fire.
Fully engaged.
3, 2, 1.
Somewhat exhilarating. Doing the same thing. Exactly the same. That increased, come on.
First blood. Well done.
I do?
3,
I'm trying to be more into the action.
1. You have won the match.
Newcomer. If you're a newcomer, how come you got that very expensive skin? My daughter wants that skin. I know. If my whole squad had that skin, same skin, I would like. Somehow I get disturbed if my. I guess it's a military thing. Like your uniform is very critical, right? You want to know who's on your team. Oh, too fast? You got to practice more. This kid did like 3 hours of school this morning. That's more than most people, kids will do in several days in school. Because it's too noisy and too much shenanigans going on. And, you know, you don't believe it, but elementary school kids, they're looking at girls. I was looking at girls when I was in the 2nd grade.
3, 2,
Read
1.
Freud, man. Kids,
Go.
yeah, they're already
Get out of my way.
thinking like that, right? Maybe you think it's not true, but it is. So, you know, that's why Gandhi said, if the English force us to have co-ed education, it'll destroy our civilization. They really, you know, they think it's vital important to keep boys and girls separate because it'll prevent them from learning.
Incoming fire.
Man, okay, he's dead.
Fire.
Oh, he's still alive. When is he gone? I shouldn't have been going there to see. Screwed that up. What a knucklehead maneuver that was. Get out from under the dang. There. That's right. Know your environment. Right. Okay, Irish Bread. I haven't seen you in a while, Irish Bread. Man, y'all are tearing us up. I respect that.
Incoming fire.
Oh, hell. Good. Man, I was lucky. I deserved to die. With that. Oh, they put me home. They put me home.
Humiliation.
Irish Bread. 2 times.
Well done.
No hard feelings, girl. Why do I think Irish Bread means it's a girl? Because I like girls. My wife knows that. That didn't work. I don't think. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, no. Oh, he's still coming to help me. Why don't you come out here and fight like a man?
2, 1.
Because I want to live. There's this thing, you know, I read Jack London. Jack London was, you know, the left-wing spectrum or whatever. And with regard to Asia and stuff like that, he was a socialist. And kids all had to read him. And in general, Asians, you know, it's like the right wing of the spectrum said, well, Asians, they have to die, you know, because they're not, you know, they're not Baptists. Right? Praise the Lord and pass the ammunition. Roll into position and we'll all stay free. Right? You just had to kill everybody in China. That's the right wing. And the left wing of the spectrum is like, well, of course we have to kill them. The question is how. And the reason I have to kill them is because you can't. They have complicated writing. You know, never be able to understand it. He really said that, right, in his reporting on the Japanese invasion of Korea. But if you watch it, you know, and I bet you MacArthur read that, you know, because you know, what London said, he said the North Koreans, man, or the Koreans up in the north near the Yalu River, they're just like, ouch, Broncho Beijing. Yeah, and see, I saw that coming, and I should have been under something. And that's a good adaptation. I really think that's true. Somebody needs to counter mortars with mortars. I respect that. Bronchage, baby, I'm so proud of you. Love you, man. Come here. Yeah. But you still got to pay attention, sir. Bronshaj Baby, I've been fighting with him for a long time, and I respect that. He was like, man, that guy's doing. I feel like he knew I was doing that, and he's like, I need to put me on a mortar and go over there and mortar his behind, and he did, and killed me in one shot, and that was great. But anyway, Jack London said, these North Koreans, militarily we'll never have to worry about them because they're just chickens and stuff. If you show up, they run like hell, right? They just run away, and they just abandon their village and they run up on the hills and stuff. It's right. So then later on, when you're reading about the origins of the Korean War and stuff like that, the Americans landed, and then when they got there, they were like, well, since we defeated the Japanese, we'll leave the Japanese in power in Korea. Well, that was that was bad for Koreans because they thought that the American stuff about we're about freedom or whatever, that they were against the Japanese, but they were like, no, the Japanese, they're controlling Korea now. We control the Japanese, so we need to keep them in power. Well, anybody who had revealed that they were anti-Japanese at that point, which you should about that time, you feel the need to do so because if you're a Japanese collaborator, you're about to die. If the Americans are really against the Japanese, but actually the Americans weren't. The Japanese were useful for them, so they were like, we'll keep the Japanese in power. And so everybody who was suspect, or had a lot of property, or maybe a daughter that somebody wanted to rape,
3, 2, 1,
they had to run like hell for the war. And then there were, if you read a big volume on the origins of the Korean War, they'll be like, well, in the demilitarized zone or whatever, they had the South had something like 3,000 sorties, search and destroy missions before the North Korean counterattack, right? So we were always told that the evil communists, unsuspected against sleeping babies, evil communists or whatever, but they had actually been attacked search and destroy missions 3,000 times. And then, that's not a secret. You can read it in a history book about the origins of the Korean War. But tying this back to Jack London, what Jack London said is that they were all chicken, right? Well, these Marines and Rangers and stuff, they go in there, and it's clear, that they would write, these guys, they won't come out and fight like men. They're cowards. They just run. Right, and so they were doing this. They would run, and they would be chasing them, and they were like, "These scum! Why don't they just stand and fight? Why are they so cowards?" Right? And they would chase them up on the hill, and they're like, these guys are, they're so scrounging cowards, cowards. That they're just gonna run, and the Marines are like going up the hill, and then all of a sudden, all these big boulders start rolling down on the column, and these guys have set up on the top of that hill, setting up rocks up there. When they ran away, they put boulders on top of that hill. Man, that was hard work. You think they're chickens? No, they just want you to die, get out of their country. You support the Japanese government of our country. They invaded us. They slaughtered and raped us and stuff like that. And the Americans are supporting them, right? They're continuing their government, right? They want you to die, right? But I read that some ranger guy, he's like, these guys are the most inhuman, dastardly, they're cowards. They run away, right? And then they do some dirty trick. We chase them all the way up to the top of this mountain. And they're up there with these giant boulders. They roll them down on us, and while we're laying down stunned, they machine gun us to death. It's so that's like a violent. Oh, I deserve that. I really deserve that. Who was that that did that? Surrender Now. Oh, I've thought that Surrender Now, but not. It doesn't really. I remember nuclearizing him, but that means he's surprised. But yeah. Where should I go? I'm looking at the map. Okay. Where should I go? Okay, you guys are all over here. Yeah, just stand right there. Yeah, don't move. Yeah. Ask and you shall receive. I need that fence to be broken.
Incoming fire. Humiliation.
All right.
Well done.
But yeah, can you imagine the horror of that? You know, you're trying to be all courageous and manly, and the laws of war and all that stuff. And these guys are thinking we're fighting the evil communism. Man, they're fighting you. You're in their country, not communism, man. It's like that's bull crap that Westerners made up. First place.
3 killings 2. Well done. You have won the match.
Grammar Pope. I know Grammar Pope for a while, and this is one of the things that they're talking about, and this is the thing that came up with this Redux person complaining about these squad droppers, and I've noticed the phenomena is like I go in to a battle, and there's one Zephyr in there with an Arc Torrent, like level 6 or something, with implants and everything, and it's like 45%. Go and check them. Maybe I needed a break. But I heard this. Did I use up all my tickets? 2,100,000. Damn it. All right. This thing is, I think this is the squad droppers, and it's like what I think it's supposedly like a security hole or something like that, where somebody can be in season division 2 or something. They're like very advanced, right? And they go into their hangar and they disarm everything but this pimped out Zephyr. You know, it's like one Zephyr that's fast as all get out, heavily armored, with a dang 45% range increase implant on the pilot, right? The pilot is just maxed out with implants, right? And then an Arc Torrent, which is also like level 6. So they can be in that freaking 100 meters away from you and grab you with that taser lightning bolt. That's it. It will deal, with all those implants, it'll deal that one strike is going to hit you for 40,000 HP. You need to be at that level to survive that. How many tickets have I got? Let's see. Oh, I got 3 tickets left. Let me take a breath for a second. So, I don't know. I'm just like, when I go into a thing like that, I'm like, I just want to let me just stand here and let you come over and Arc Torrent my ass. Because if you hit me one time for 40, I don't have anything. A lot of my stuff is not even close to 40,000 HP. Right? You should be up against stronger mechs. So the rumor that I heard is that this is one of these easy prey things. Like you go in and you rack up, you get way up in the high season divisions, and you want to get all these rewards up there at the high level. So you're going down below and you do the scam thing to victimize. You only have one mech that could, like, a lot of beginners, you come in, maybe the top, I'm just touching, I think, 40,000 HP on my entire squad, right? A lot of them are like below 20,000, and you come out with an Arc Torrent that will deal 40,000 HP in one strike, you on one magazine, right? You can clear the whole field with that, right? Is that, I don't know. And I saw somebody in the chat all distraught and everything, and it's so evil, and but I'm just like, what a loser, It's like, how much money did your mommy give you to buy all this crap? Pay cat, because you can go and put couple $100 in there and have all that stuff, sure. It kind of, when you can't the thing about it, and I don't want to be contradictory or anything, because sometimes I've come into death matches I've come into death matches and I've got something and I'm like, on this level or whatever, I do not know how you can beat me, but I'm interested to find out. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to stream it. I'm going to announce, hey everybody, here's my map. You can see exactly where I am. Right? And I'm doing exactly the same thing. What are you going to do to counter this? Right? Now, anybody that was watching the stream, they can see, yeah, I can see his whole map. I can see where my guys are and his guys are. Right? And I can see he's doing exactly the same thing. What can I do to counter him? Well, you could get somebody in the squad that's got a Zephyr with an arc torrent there's a 45%, that it will tase somebody at over 100 meters and latch onto them and deal them up to 40,000 damage in one magazine. Is that really interesting? I didn't even see that guy over there. I just saw a lightning bolt come around all the way through around all the corners and touch on me, and then boom, it's gone. Whoop-de-doo. It would be more interesting if somebody was like, man, that's so hard. He's got a javelin rack. He's behind that thing. He does it every time. Right? What can we do? And what I saw in that last combat that I thought was really interesting is that somebody came up. Two guys came to my front, right? Because they knew I was behind that concrete thing that's not too wide, right? And they started shooting on both sides because they knew it was starting to funnel and hit me. It's like I try to go this way and that guy would hit me. If I try to go this way, the other guy would hit me, right? And that's when I ran. Right? Now, I can't say for sure, but I had the impression there was that little sprinting guy. He was hiding back there. He was behind something back there. So I went, zoom. I was like, okay, the last time I tried to run across that I landed right in front of the arachnos. The round was won. But I would have been in real trouble. So I was like, well, this time if I have to run from there, I'm going to go back at a stronger angle. I'm going to try to make a sober retreat, turn, and kill shot my ass as fast as I can back behind that last barrier on that level, right? Well, there was somebody back there waiting. And, it was just, I don't know, maybe the guy they didn't have enough firepower on it, but I was able to blast him too. Because I ran, I wasn't sitting there. I want to fight like a man and unload my missiles before I run away. No. No, I want to destroy the enemy, right? Think about it. If you're in Korea and the United States joins forces with the Japanese, right? Takes over the whole South, brings Syngman Rhee in and puts him in power. He's a maniac. Even the American senators were like, do not let that man out of the country. He's a psychopathic killer. Right? MacArthur is like, that's what we need. He'll kill more Koreans than we will, which he's proceeded to do. And you want to talk Stockholm syndrome? Many South Koreans today, they're like, he's the father of our country. Right? The first thing he did is he got all the money to feed all the South Korean troops. This is, believe me, man. They followed conscription. They put all the newly conscripted South Korean troops on a forced march. They gave him billions to feed and clothe them. He stole the money and distributed it to his cronies and starved all his own people to death. Over 100,000, it's thousands. I forget. I want to say I gotta look that up. It's this. It's right when the full combat broke out or whatever. Syngman Rhee, the guy that MacArthur illegally transported out of the country on a military plane. The U.S. government said this guy's a psychopathic killer. He's a maniac. Don't let him out of the country. Right? He's going to mess it up. Right? MacArthur had to be relieved of his command eventually. Yeah. He was like, we're going, you guys don't, he was like, you guys don't want to admit that the real target is China. Everybody knows that. Right? And I'm going for China. We're crossing the Yalu River, right? And we need the Koreans dead, right? We want Americans back here. We don't want a bunch of Koreans back here. Militarily, that's a disaster, man. You can't trust them. These are people that were working for the Japanese, right? And even mixed Japanese marriage, Korean marriages and South Koreans. MacArthur was like, yeah, put Syngman Rhee down there. He'll kill them too. and we'll help him, right? Because look, if we want to make it to Beijing, if we want to cross the Yalu River and exterminate the Communists, really, and take them out, and clear the land for, the new world, as it were, in China, right? It's not time for any namby-pamby stuff. We need to bring Sigmund Rhee in there because he'll kill every Korean he can, that's in his way, which he did. And still Koreans today, well, he's the father of our country. Stockholm Syndrome, man. That guy was a maniac. Read it. I mean, even if you just read Wikipedia articles, you would be able to know that. But people still don't know it, man, because they watch Donald Trump on McDonald's television. I got 3 tickets here. It's called an incident when the South Koreans conscripted over 100,000 troops and starved them all to death and gave them no clothes and put them on first march, and they froze and starved, and they stole all the money and distributed it to these top generals because Rhee was consolidating his power. He wanted people that had knowledge, people that were educated, dead. He's with a name like Lee. That's the family name of the first Tang emperor. Right?
3, 2,
the
1.
Chinese character is the Guam character.
Get out of my way.
Lee. That's this guy. You want to get a job teaching spastics to dance? I think I could hook you up. Oh! I respect that. And I don't even want to go out there now. I'm running all day. Look, all my hit points are gone. I'm gone. Oh. Come closer. Yeah, that's more like it. Thank you. Oh, I need that so bad. But this is good. What is this guy's name? Schwab. Oh man, I blew you up so many times, Schwab. I love you, man. You're a good comrade. Yeah.
Noob identified.
Because I kept saying Schwab whenever I would blow him up. But see, we're friends, man. He came to save my life. I respect that. So,
Incoming fire.
It's a game. Right? Oh no! I've ruined it again. Yep. Back here. Can I do anything right today? Okay, but that's the thing. They're on to me. They know I keep doing that. This guy. Yes, I did. Okay.
3, 2, 1.
I should have done better than that. Especially with Schwa helping me like that. Okay, yeah. You know what? And on this team, I'm not going over this. Because that guy's going to put that Arachnos on my behind. With that whatever lance and stuff. Oh! Good. I got out your way. Where is he? Help! Oh, good job, player. All right. Good job. I respect that. Where is that coming?
Incoming fire.
These guys are playing tough. Some forward? Need some glasses. Better depth of field.
Incoming fire.
Dang it.
Revenge. Well done.
Oh, yeah. And you know that was me. I'm sorry. I didn't mean anything by it.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, we beat you. Oh. No thanks to me. I need to not let my guard down, even at the last minute. So. Need to watch my damn map. Yeah, watch the map. Watch the map. Okay, this guy's creeping up.
Identified.
Watch the map. Watch the map. Watch the map. Watch the map.
Reloading. Cover me.
I thought that was going to hit the dang overpass thing. So I guess, yeah, somebody should have a water. Good. Watch the map. Watch the map. Watching them out. Watching them out.
3, 2, 1. You have won the match.
See, we're well matched, I think. And I think and this is what I was talking about earlier, the squad dropping thing, being a whole. I don't think anybody should get mad about it, but it's sort of, yeah. That's an issue where that could drive away customers, players, and stuff like that. Because it's just not. I mean, there's some people. The Redux was furious about it, very upset. But it's like, say everybody was doing that all the time, then all the new players that come in, it's like every time they step in, somebody hits them with an Arc Torrent, level 6 with a Zephyr. They can't do, freezes them in position. They can't move. They can't, and they're just, okay, I enter the game dead. Enter the game dead. Enter the game dead. They're gonna play something else, or something fun. That's not fun. Or interesting.
3, 2, 1, go.
So I would say, the way, if it's a fact, and I see the only evidence that I have that somehow the computer detects our levels. Maybe it looks at the hanger and what you have going into a match, just numerically. Watch the map. Watch the map. Watch the map. Welcome, Mary and Joseph. I wish I'll go. Ba 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 ba. It's all about our hand. Just about our hand, about our hand. You're gonna get a copyright violation tonight. Ice ice lady, too cold, too cold. Okay. Yeah, they seem to have decided they're gonna do this.
Incoming fire.
Oh, ouch. Somebody remember. Remember me.
3, 2,
Remember me.
1.
Right back over here. He would not dare. We taught him a lesson. Anyway. It's interesting to see if he'll pay attention. It's rubber and copyright violation, man. Supernova. That's what it's gonna be. Help! Oops. That stinks. Oh, I did it twice. Help. I deserve to die. Lord help. Okay, what's he gonna do now? No, you going that way?
Noob identified.
Stay calm. Here comes Nova. I would like to. Is she laying low? Is that what it is? Oh, I need to pay attention. Uh-oh.
Three, 2, 1. You have won the match.
I need to go check my daughter in a minute. Actually, let's leave team and go check on her, see where she went. To hangar. Alright, what? Okay, let's see. Oh shit. Oh, girl, yeah, it was a man, but it was a nothing. the only reason Luke and Village is pay for the next expedition and they cancel each other out. Stop talking to me as if we're married. Mutual. Come in here, kill my family, and then try to rape me. Okay, scream. Right. This guy's busted. Right where? He tried to rape me, and he raped me standing up. She does the cover board. Oh, whether you finished it. Go have a go. Coming back. All right. I may need to turn the heat up again out here. I think it's getting cold outside. Well, 54. I don't know why. But you see, we're in here gaming. She did 3 hours of schoolwork that most kids, it's like pulling teeth. She wanted to do it. She did art. She did writing, spelling, everything. Because she wanted to. Right? She came in here. She gamed all she wanted. She got tired. She went to watch some TV. And she's watching some streamers. It's an Asian father and his little son. And it's like some kind of girl competition stick figure. It's like there's a stick figure guy trying to get the stick figure girl. And it looked like there's more than... Usually there's more guys than there are girls in it. It's like two of the stick figures are sitting in the restaurant. And the stick figure girl's ordering all this stuff. And the guy doesn't have any money. And he's like sweating. And the other guy at the other table has all this money. And he's laughing and everything. And then the one stick figure guy reaches over and steals the money out of the back pocket. He can make his arm in the game. His arm can like took the money out of the guy's pocket, and then he paid his bill, and the other guy didn't have his money. You know, it ruins it for because if the guy doesn't have money, then his date has to pay, right? Or they have to wash dishes or something. So that's what she's watching. It's a father and child activity with this. And like one of the things, I was watching it with her for a second. One of the things is like the hero is tethered his boat, right? And there's a tower, and the evil stick figure guy that wants to get the girl, you know, he's up in the tower and he has to try to, you know, he has this arm that's like, you know. So he reaches his arm down from the tower. It goes out the window and it goes down into the water, right? It comes over, you know, and it unties the boat from the boat starts going away. And the girl's like, oh, yeah, she gets caught by the bad guy. What game is that? Somebody put it in chat. I cannot believe what is going on. Look at this. Combat point limit 600 out of 600. How can that be? Usually my combat point just goes down, down, down until it's 0. And it says go away. Come back. Yeah. So win 8 battles. 70 match. How many more weekly things? I don't know what day of the week it is. Capture 16 control points. 0 this week. Log in on 3 days. I guess this is the beginning of the week. Why is that? Friday? That's the beginning. Oh, Shabbos. No. Friday's the last day. Why is it doing that? How is that? It's like based on when I started? That's not what I want. I don't want to have to keep track of my own stuff. I want somebody else to do that. Earned 7 gold medals in 5 versus 5 deathmatch or 2 versus 2 deathmatch battles. 7 out of 7. I did that? Let's see what I'm missing on this. Scrap 5 implants. I need to scrap 1 more implant. Give me an implant I can scrap. But yeah, I'm pleased. I was getting some flack at the school that I quit working at. A lot of flack. Just new people coming in trying to say that the reason why all the teachers are quitting is because they all are lousy. They don't know what they're doing. Maybe they're underpaid. They're not paid enough for how hard a job it is. It's like when new teachers come in, they're like, look, I'm going to clean house up in here because I'm so awesome. And this teacher was going up the hall. What kind of school would even hire a teacher who can't speak English? And what did he say? Okay, Mr. Miller, rough around the edges, they say. Okay. This is interesting here. I think it was something that caused her infuriation where he said, I'll be tripping or something like that, Incorrect utilization of the ontological methodology of is, and she's talking about he can't even speak English. The man can speak English, People, they talk like that, whether you like it or not. And that cracker war was about coming out. You weren't showing me what cracker is. She had to learn it. That's what the kids were already calling her. Because she's just so mean and rude and stuff. And want to cut people down, cut people off at the knees and stuff. So, something like, y'all be tripping. Well, okay. This is my impression is we're possibly witnessing intoxication due to the consumption of lysergic acid diethylamide or 3,4-methoxymethoxymethylamine. Who's going to say that? They're going to say, y'all tripping. Because that's what it means. You're tripping. You're on something. So get all furious. Like, what kind of school would even hire someone who can't even speak English? She didn't impress me with her knowledge of English. And one of my kids came in, I would gather all the books up, man, because if kids want to read and they start reading, that's great. And we got a lot of copies of the Shackleton. It's got a lot of pictures in it of the adventure of Shackleton. I think that is a very, very important story. And kids are interested in it. And this kid came up in here. can't read. That's not his level, but he wanted to. And I said, you go ahead and take the book, man. Take it, keep it as long as you like. She was mad at me. How unprofessional. You don't know that he's on kindergarten level. I know that he can't. I know that he wanted to read the book, man. And I'm not going to sit up in there and try to cut him off at the knees and make him say his ABCs all day. That's just going to make him hate it. Right? And I would draw, I would say this thing to her, that, yeah, it's advanced, but I draw a connection with that Shackleton story, which is just in a nutshell. This guy was trying to get to the South Pole, very dangerous, and there was a mystery. They didn't know what was down there. They thought, well, if it's day all the time, maybe it's warm down there. Maybe it's a new world, a paradise of something down there. And people wrote about it. Nobody had been able to reach there, so people were struggling to get down there. It was the last frontier. They wanted to know what was there. And Shackleton went down there, man, and they should have died, man, so many times. They really should have died. But this man, he was like, he cared that his people, the people under his command, will survive. Right? It wasn't about what people think. It's about what was that was important, right? And if you there's some Shackleton IMAX. There's a great Shackleton IMAX that talks about the story and everything, real dramatic and everything. I took a kid to see that one time, and they was in the IMAX. They were like they were in it. They were so scared and everything like that. It was just like really powerful. But I would say, well, it's a very important thing because it can connect down to other things that they're interested in, to Dracula, to Frankenstein, to right down to Bugs Bunny, Moby Dick. And she's like, you talking nonsense. That's all this guy does is he just makes stuff up and talks nonsense. Well, the thing about it was, it's like, okay, Captain Ahab and Moby Dick, right? He didn't, nothing mattered to him. He was like an angel of death, right? He was like an idolater, just like Ahab in the Bible, right? He worshipped a false god, right? And very arrogant. Starbuck says to him, to be enraged with a brute beast that acted out of blind instinct seems to me blasphemous. And Ahab is like, don't talk to me about blasphemy, man. I'd strike the sun if it insulted me. Why the long face, Mr. Starbuck? Are you not game for Moby Dick? See, he lost his mind, right? The man wants to bring home the bacon. He does, right? And be the greatest at what he does. So his wife will love him and his family and everything, thinking of home and the hearth and everything like that. And he was going for the biggest of the big. He went for Moby Dick, right? And got his leg ripped off and a rope ripped through his side. I think put out one of his eyeballs. A rope was wrapped around him and dragged his eyeball out of his eye and cut into his lung. And he was just like, kaboom, kaboom. I'm just going for that whale, man. I don't care if people die, anybody dies, right? Shackleton was not like that, right? There's a relationship. There's two kinds of characters there, right? So, and this is one of the things in the book of Moby Dick. I'm not quite, in the book of Moby Dick, in the last battle with Moby Dick, where they sink the Moby Dick sinks the ship, and there's only one man left floating on a coffin. Everybody's dead, right? It seems like in the book, it's instant death. That one of the ropes goes around Ahab's neck when he's like after him, man, and that when those harpoons hit that whale, the ropes are going zzz, and one of them just whips around his neck and bam, he's instantly dead, right? That's and I have to read it again Moby Dick's big, and it's not a lot of time to read it over and over again, but it's got some great moments in it. But in the movie, and I thought it was a different thing, in the movie it was like Starbuck knows he's messed up, and he's like worried. He's like, we're gonna go way over here. With the information you have, we could just make our money and go home, right? And you're chasing after this. It seems like sort of something ungodly about it. This hatred, and he says, why the long face, Mr. Starbuck? Are you not game for Moby Dick? I'm game for any kind of death if we may meet, if it's in the line of our work. But I came here to hunt whales, not my commander's vengeance. Ahab's like, listen to me, man. All visible objects are but as pasteboard masks. Some inscrutable yet reasoning thing puts forth the molding of their features. The white whale tasks me. He heaps me. Yet he is but a mask. 'Tis the thing behind the mask I chiefly hate, the malignant thing that has terrorized and tormented man since time began, the thing that mauls and mutilates. Not killing a man outright, but letting him live on with half a heart and half a lung. What's up, Doc? The squooey wabbit! From hell's heart I stab at thee, for hate's sake I spit my last breath at thee, thou damned whale. That squooey wabbit. There's a connection, right? Alright, and Shackleton is real, and then you get with stuff like connect it to the characters in Moby Dick. Who's this Calabisi's 12? I don't know who he even is, man. You're probably up in there with a Zephyr with a dang 45% range increase, Arc Torrent level 6. Getting ready to tase. Don't tase me, bro. No, see, I don't know who you even is, man. You're just one of these squad dropping dudes getting ready to just waste my time. Because, what am I going to do? I'm just going to stand there while you put that Arc Torrent on me. Kill me, and then next mag. Zap, lightning bolt, tase. Next mag. I mean, oh yeah, you're a god. No, you're not. Nimrod's what you are, doing that stuff. Well, I don't know. I should be nice because maybe it's just honest, trying to put a squad together. Could be. But yeah, this has happened a bunch of times. I've had, hey, would you like to do a one-on-one? Sure. Okay. And the guy's got this absolutely one kill shot with an Arc Torrent, and I could sit there and unload in one round 3 magazines with a dang long arm. What the hell is that? What kind of armor has that for a kill shot? My God, what has that got? And then every time, no matter how many times you hit him, he tases you and takes 100%. Yeah, what's that? You need me to come over there? Okay, let's go. She's watching something on TV. Man, I was trying to get... I'm sorry. I hope it was somewhat entertaining. I'm going to be right back. chocolate milk, rice, and cereal. Okay. I appreciate you tuning in. My daughter wants to have her apple juice, her fish sticks, her chocolate milk, and apple juice, fish sticks, rice, chocolate milk, and cereal. So I got to go put that together right quick. And but I really appreciate your time. I'm trying to be constructive and convey good stuff to help people that are in situations like mine. So this sometimes I'll do a stream on books because I have a little bookstore. I'm trying to make the next Amazon out of my house. That's why books are piled up everywhere. But yeah, why not, man? We'll be the anti-Amazon, the good side of the force instead of the dark side of the force. So help me out. Tell your friends, and we're gonna have some more. We're gonna have all kind of games on this channel. All right, but we're just starting.